I'm Douglas Kennedy. I currently live in Jackson, Mississippi, and I am 22 years old. Let's see, where do I start? In college, I joined a fraternity. I met my roommate Chris, and Millsaps is a pretty liberal place, so I slowly kind of was encouraged to come out, and I took my time. I don't think I officially came out until I was a sophomore. Millsaps is a place that prides itself in diversity, but you know, being gay, it was still hard because there just aren't very many out people. So one of the most drama-filled moments of my being gay at Millsaps was one of my very good friends interviewed me for a long-form writing for her journalism class. Her topic was being gay in fraternities and what that's like. And so she looked at all of the Millsaps fraternities and she tried to find someone to interview in each of them. Well, needless to say, there aren't openly gay people in fraternities still. And it was at a time when I was really frustrated with the fraternity. There were people, a group of people that were throwing around faggot, both in email and in the hallway. And I don't think they really quite understood kind of how much it hurt. We're the only fraternity on campus that has an open chapter or an open meeting once a week. So she was able to come observe, and one of the things that happened was another brother walked in, slapped another brother upside the head and said, "What's up, faggot?" And of course she saw that, and of course she wrote about it, because that's what her papers or her long-form article is going to be about. Why would she leave something that juicy out? This is journalism, right? And it was the next semester, fall of my senior year, that she calls me up and says, "Hey, I think these are my story as well as the others are going to go in the newspaper. It's probably fine how it is. How about, is that okay with you?" And I'm like doing my senior thesis. I was like, "Yeah, well, sure, whatever. I don't really care." Not really remembering what I said or what my thoughts were. And so it comes out, and I reread it, and I'm like, "Oh shit, this is some pretty heavy stuff." So it just blew up. By noon the day the article came out, everyone on our very small 800 people campus had read the article, and it had just spread like wildfire. There's a saying at Millsaps, our dean of students says, if you haven't heard a rumor by noon, start one. So everyone was, of course, on top of it. I was at my internship, and by the time I left, I'd gotten 10, 15 texts, calls, voicemails, some irate, some really concerned, some teachers were just furious that would happen and just wanted to see if I was okay. So there were people on both sides. Some people who were very supportive, and some people who were very irate. Mostly the fraternity was irate. Nationals called and said, "Why is he in the fraternity if he's this unhappy? This is on Google. This is going to make us look bad." And our president, he and I were good friends at the time, and that really hurt our friendship for about a year. The interesting thing is the paper actually stopped and didn't come back until, gosh, the next year at some point. I'm in graduate school now, and they just started again. They got a new advisor, a new layout, a new editor. The editor-in-chief resigned. All new image, everything after that. And they're only printing twice a month now. They were printing weekly. So, there are some pretty big repercussions from that, for the paper at least.